It's been a very tough quarter in Q1. They've lost ground the first shrinking quarter, missed quarter since COVID, and they're now laying off 10,000 employees. And the big question is Mr. Musk crazy like a fox or just plain crazy? And I think asking for a $55 billion pay increase at the same time you're laying off 10,000 employees, that might be a little crazy. The big questions are, how soon can he get to market with that new $25,000 car? And what will the big August 8th autonomous full self-driving car release look like? Is he going to produce a vehicle? How close will it be to full self-driving? If he nails both those, he could be crazy like a fox.
This gets interesting because you are also an expert in the mobility space with your portfolio companies now as well. These are two very different beasts we're talking about. A mass market car that would go head to head in competition with all the cheap cars coming out of Chinese factories, or the future bet on robo-taxis where it could just be pie in the sky. There could be a lot of hurdles to conquer around regulation as well. Which one should Musk be focusing on?
Well, are they two different bets or not? I think what you're going to see is a vehicle that looks different on the outside, but is quite likely built on the same chassis. And again, what Mr. Musk has been doing is moving the vehicles toward full self-driving capability for the last 5 years. They've made huge strides. They're about to make another. And what I think he will show on August 8th, we'll see, will be a different shell that'll look a little bit, cool on the outside, two-seater, no driver, no steering wheel for the first time. And that would be for full autonomous driving. The question is it going to be 99%, which is where they're close to today, or will it be the 99.999 you need to take the driver all the way out? Time's going to tell on that one.
But also with autonomous driving, a lot is about regulation, isn't it, Steve? Can you use these vehicles on the road? So it's all well and good Musk coming out with an autonomous vehicle, but can you use it?
In fact, you can. And Waymo, part of Google, another one of the Magnificent Seven, you can go to San Francisco tonight, or Los Angeles, or Phoenix, or Austin, and get in a autonomous vehicle with no driver today. And what's happening is Waymo has made a bet. They're going to start in a few cities, prove they can do it. They already have regulatory approval. Elon has a different bet. He's saying, I'm going to flow self-driving capability to everybody. We're going to make a few mistakes along the way, a few dangerous boo-boos. But we're going to take that data, recycle it, and it's going to give us an edge. We'll see how close he is to that 99.999 you need for full regulatory approval. But don't bet against the guy. He's got a pretty good track record.
What about the pace of innovation at Tesla in this case? Is it moving too slow? We're talking about a mass market car just now when you've got Chinese players launching a new model every few months. You've got the traditional EVs starting to catch up, launching models at around these price points too. So is the iteration of vehicles from Tesla just too slow at this point?
I don't think so. Having served on the Tesla board, they've gotten some things right, they've gotten some things wrong, but one thing they've done better than everybody is move quickly. I think they're going to put this $25,000 car in the market by next year. I think it'll be a big seller. But you put your finger on something key. The Chinese are coming. They're coming quickly. They've just announced a $10,000 car, but they're focusing on China, Southeast Asia, South America, and so on. The big questions are, can the Chinese get beachheads in North America and Europe? And people have said it in America, not going to happen. People won't buy Chinese cars. But BYD already selling buses in the U.S. market, and through Volvo, which is now owned by Geely, selling Chinese-made cars there today.
I'm glad you've gone there on the crossover between Chinese and American technology, because it feels like we're seeing even more of it than ever before, at the same time when this administration, the Biden administration, is trying to put the brakes on Chinese advances in AI. If there's a change in administration, one can only anticipate that gets even more spiky for the Chinese-American crossover. So as Tesla dives deeper into the Chinese market, extracting information, the Chinese try and dive into the American market to get more market share. Does this all get unstuck by politics?
So we'll see. But you've touched on two key things. The Chinese are coming, and they're coming quickly. They have not had a really truly robust auto industry for the last 50 years. It just didn't exist. They don't have any oil. They're dying to reduce their dependence on European and American manufacturers. What they're in essence doing is leapfrogging over the entire internal combustion background. And since they have access to rare earth minerals, lithium and so on, they're able to get into electrics quicker, faster, easier, and that's why they have chosen to dominate the EV market. The U.S. is watching this, worried. Elon's sending out the cries for help. President Biden is saying 100% tariffs. That probably makes sense given the heavy subsidies from the Chinese, but it's a dicey game to play because the Chinese could well turn around and say, fine, we'll do 100% tariffs on your cars. That'd put a lot of pressure on Tesla as well as other American manufacturers.
Just one more for me, Steve. How big a liability is Elon Musk right now to Tesla when you look at the firings, the pay saga, the stuff he says on X?
Well, that's up for the board to decide, and I'm glad I'm not on it anymore. But here's the real answer. For any CEO of any of the top companies in the world, you need to be laser focused on what you're doing. And it appears now that Mr. Musk's focus is in too many areas. If you look at people like Jensen Huang, who is arguably the greatest CEO in the world right now, continuing to bang out superior results, focus is the key. Tesla can use more of it.
Steve, we've got about 20 seconds left. Can I ask you very quickly around your AI strategy, how you pick winners? Because I can see only about 2 in your extensive portfolio that directly said they do AI.
More is coming. AI is the single most important thing since the internet. It's going to change every industry, and we're on top of it.